I've been trying to avoid talking about this because honestly, it's been all over the headlines, and I don't really like speaking about like people's relationships and just stupid shit like that. Jada Pinkett Smith, though, I have to talk about this because at this point, I felt like she was going overboard because Tupac is dead. The man is dead. Leave the guy alone. I wouldn't be surprised if Tupac faked his death just to get away from this woman. This woman is a psychopath. She's making Will Smith look horrible. She's probably causing issues in the family throughout all this stuff. And now she's revealing something that Tupac was insecure about and embarrassed about when he was alive that he didn't reveal to us when he was alive. So imagine you dying and fucking 27 years later, some random bitch, let me correct myself, some random woman that was dating you reveals information about you that you didn't want the world to know, at least when you were alive. Now, maybe years down the line, maybe Tupac would have been open about this. I don't know. But this is just too far, man. I don't like this. I hate this type of shit. I get mad at this type of situation. Anyways, let's go over the article. Tupac may have been at the top of the rapping game, but according to his longtime friend, Jada Pinkett Smith, he struggled with a hidden illness. Smith has been open about living with alopecia since going public in 2018. But recently, she said that she and Tupac had the condition, an autoimmune disease that causes unpredictable hair loss in common. I don't think Tupac ever talked about the alopecia he suffered from. The Girl Strip actress went on to talk about what she said was Tupac's hidden battle with alopecia, shedding light on the emotional turmoil he faced. She claimed the condition was triggered in 1991 when Pac was stopped for jaywalking by the Oakland Police Department and allegedly beaten. The rapper filed a $10 million lawsuit over the incident and reportedly ended up winning a $42,000 settlement. After he was in Northern California with the police officers that beat him up, he started losing his hair, and his alopecia patterns were far more extreme than mine. According to Smith, the late legendary lyricist who was tragically murdered in 1996 chose to keep his alopecia under wraps. I don't think Pac ever talked about his alopecia, but he also looked really good with a bald head. But that was during a time and during an era that you just wouldn't talk about it. Meanwhile, the actress is adamant that if Shakur were alive today, he would speak openly about his condition. Here's the thing. Alopecia, I think it's called, something like that, androgenetic alopecia, is, when you lose patches of hair at any given moment and you start losing, just random patches of hair. It's not like male pattern baldness where, men or women pattern baldness where, you just have that in your genes and you start losing your hair and then, you go bald. There's a difference because alopecia is something that like you lose patches of hair, but then you can get the hair back and eventually you're good on hair, but then it can come back in a cycle where you can lose it again. It's like a cycle versus male pattern baldness and women pattern baldness. Women mainly lose scattered hair. They don't really go bald. Guys, they start losing their hairline and eventually they go, bald. And this is something that male pattern baldness is pretty natural. That happens to a lot of men. But alopecia is like more of a trigger thing that goes on and off. So Tupac being bald at 25, 26 is obviously something that was like, whoa, like most guys at that age aren't bald. But in today's time, actually, that's a lot more normal. A lot of guys in their 20s start losing their hair and eventually go bald. There's things now to kind of help that. And I've actually invested in a company because I was, for a certain point, facing, male pattern baldness myself. I ended up taking Propecia as a pill and then, just taking treatments like exosome shots to help my hair grow out. That was something that I was facing in my own time. It's something that when you're struggling with it, it's a serious situation, man, especially in your 20s. Like when I was going through it, like I started losing my hair at like 18, 19. Like I was starting to lose my hairline. It was something that I was like very insecure about. And as time went on, I just kind of had to deal with it, find ways to kind of fix it. And thankfully now I'm a lot better in my situation. But, I can understand why Tupac wouldn't want to talk about it when he was alive. And the fact that she's exposing this 27 years later after he's died is very disrespectful to me because that's something that like he wasn't comfortable telling people. So why the fuck? Like his mom never mentioned it. Nobody ever in his camp ever mentioned it. What gives you the right to tell the world this? I find that very disrespectful. She's been disrespectful just to Will. Like Will Smith has been dealing with this bullshit for God knows how long. God bless him. I don't know why he's become like the female in the relationship. He just hasn't been a man about the situation. because he deserves way better. That guy's a multimillionaire, successful. He can get any woman he wants. Instead, he's dealing with this woman that's dealing with like somebody that passed away years ago, and she's still grieving the guy, like wishing that she was with him. It's a fucking weird thing, and she needs to just shut up about Tupac, move on from the situation. Like it's psychopath. Like it's a weird, like it's somebody that can't get over their fucking relationship. It's very weird. And I feel bad for Will Smith. I feel bad for the kids. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She's some screws are fucking wild in her brain. She needs to shut up about this. Pac never revealed it. You should never reveal it. Even if he was open with talking to you about it, he just felt open at the time, never revealed himself. You should never fucking reveal it. I wouldn't want 27 years later after I died, somebody revealing something that I close revealed to them, that I never revealed to the world. That should never come out. That's straight disrespectful. So I just wanted to talk about it because I just found it like mad disrespectful. She's a fucking moron who needs to shut her fucking mouth because this is just getting ridiculous at this point. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in her brain. Like she needs therapy. She needs psychiatric help. Something. Because something's not wrong here in the mental. And I've never been this harsh on a female, but this is just utterly ridiculous. Like imagine, like anybody, put yourself in this situation. You're close with somebody. And I know Tupac can't, I guess, feel this, the fact that this information's come out without his like approval. He's dead. His mom can't really feel this, but it's like, I wonder if his mom was alive, how she would react to this. Be like, I know my son was going through this. Why would you reveal this? I'm sure that's what she would say. Because why the fuck? Even if you think he would have 20 years down the line, 10 years down the line, whatever the case may be, would have revealed this to people. How do you know that for a fact? How do you know if Tupac would have been like that for a fact? Like, it's just so dumb, man. I think it's one of the most disrespectful things that you could do. If somebody opens up to you about something very personal, I've had people open up to me about things very personal in their lives, and even if I'm not friends with them, and there's been a lot of people who I'm not friends with anymore, that I don't talk to daily, that I've had differences with, I've never went on to talk to anybody about their personal things in life. That's mad disrespectful, and if you move like that, I don't want nothing to do with you. At that moment, you guys were best friends, you guys were close friends, you should worship that for that moment, what it was, and not just discard all that and then reveal information that they never wanted revealed. So yeah, I'm saying all this to say I'm just very disappointed in this situation. That's the only reason I want to talk about it, because it pissed me off to that point. So please, Jada, like find some psychiatric help. You're definitely dealing with something. You're still dealing with the loss of Tupac. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's off in Cuba faking his death to get away from her, because she is psychopath like crazy. Like she feels like this is Tupac's her spirit animal. Like I don't know. Like she's disrespecting the shit out of Will Smith, and Will Smith is just like, he posted a recent post about it. He's like, notifications are off, so he's not paying attention to anything. But it's just so dumb. Yeah. Anyways,